Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hello, this is Julian Breeding of Bellingham Ford with some very exciting news. We have just expanded our service hours to cover all of your service needs. We are now open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 days a week. That's right, Monday through Saturday for all of your service needs. No appointment necessary for oil change, brakes, or battery replacement. And remember, we have a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty on all of the work performed at Bellingham Ford. To make life easier, visit BellinghamFord.com and use our new online scheduler to book your appointment. We look forward to servicing you soon.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle, celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we got the gear, baby. Oh, do we got the gear? Oh, man. A whole host of new 50th anniversary limited gear celebrating the Rock's 50th, man.
Sweet shirts, beanies, hats, zip-up hoodies, whatever you want, we got it.
And if you want it, you can get it at KISW.com. Go to the Rock Shop, celebrate our 50th.
Let's play Beat Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Mix. And it's time to pump it up for Monday. Time to pump it up on Monday. Yes, sir.
Get excited for the rest of the week. Because, I mean, Mondays suck and Tuesdays aren't great either. But, the rest of the week's okay.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is we really don't want to even celebrate Monday. We're just trying to move past it.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to pump it up so you can get the energy to get through the rest of the crap.
Huh. All right. I'll have to give that some thought.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, let's get to our contestant. We got Jose in Everett. Jose, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Jose will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jose, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Finish the Backstreet Boys' famous lyrics. I never want to hear you say, I want it what?
Her way.
No.
Your way.
No.
Pass.
How many yards is the penalty in the NFL for using a helmet as a weapon?
5.
No.
Or 15.
Yes. What fast food company has the slogan, have it your way?
Burger King.
Yes. The network TLC stands for what?
The Learning Channel.
Yes. Our galaxy is commonly known by what name?
Milky Way.
Yes. The comic strip Spy vs. Spy appeared in what magazine?
Mad Magazine.
Yes. Camp Crystal Lake was the summer camp setting for what horror movie?
Friday the 13th.
Yes. What city is the TV show Sex and the City based in?
New York.
Yes. Akira Kurosawa was the writer and director of the movie The Seven what?
Sins?
No.
I pass.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct. It's going to be a tough one. I'm not sure how Steve's going to do.
You don't think he's going to do very good on this one?
I don't know. I mean, 7 is still a decent number.
It is. Yeah, it is very good on that.
So Steve's going to have to get, he's going to have to do something, but some of these questions, I don't know They're in his wheelhouse.
Or are they in your wheelhouse? Or these ones you know and you just don't think he knows? Or are they stumping you too?
Yes.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
Yes to all of it.
Oh, wait. Huh. Steve,
Up it up.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Finish the Backstreet Boys' famous lyrics. I never want to hear you say, I want it what?
That way.
Yes. How many yards is the penalty in the NFL for using a helmet as a weapon?
15.
Yes. What fast food company uses the slogan, have it your way?
Your way. Burger King.
What?
Burger King.
Yes. The network TLC stands for what?
Tables, ladders, and chairs.
No.
That'd be a great channel.
It would be amazing.
The Learning Channel.
Yes. Our galaxy is commonly known by what name?
The Milky Way.
Yes. The comic strip Spy vs. Spy appeared in what magazine?
Mad Magazine.
Yes. Camp Crystal Lake was the summer camp setting for what horror movie?
Friday the 13th.
Yes. What city is the TV show Sex and the City based in?
New York City.
Yes.
Manhattan.
Akira Kurosawa was the writer and the director of the movie The Seven what?
Deadly Sins?
No.
7 Dragons?
No.
7th Heaven?
No. What was Tom Petty's backing band?
Wallflowers.
No.
Heartbreakers.
Yes. And Steve, you win 9-7.
Ooh, nice game, Steve. Tom Petty and the Wallflowers. I don't know why I was thinking
That's all good.
Take it easy, buddy. Take care, my man.
Because his album Wildflowers just came out on vinyl.
That could be it.
Yeah. I got it. It's amazing. Super cool. You did really good on that one.
Thank you.
BJ had no faith in you.
Why
I
did.
Well, I had
me, man.
I had semi-faith in you. I wasn't sure because he got 7 right. I wasn't sure how you doing this one, but you really knocked out the Backstreet Boys. I forgot you were a big fan.
Yeah. He sang it and everything.
I'm not a fan of the Backstreet Boys, but I do like showing enthusiasm for the Backstreet Boys because then it's trolling my wife because she's part of Team NSYNC.
Oh, so is my wife as well, yeah.
I did not realize until I started dating her that there was an actual, like, you either are on one side or the other. You can't like both.
That's so random.
Well, is it like that was Simple Plan and Good Charlotte?
I thought about that. Yeah, Danny.
The one you did not get correct. Akira Kurosawa was the writer and the director of the movie The Seven what? Anybody?
I don't know.
No,
Dwarfs.
No, not Seven Dwarves.
Oh. Deadly Sins.
The Seven, you already said that. Oh. The Seven Samurai.
Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah, it's a classic movie that The Magnificent Seven was based off of.
That's right.
Yes.
Damn it.
Very good movie, and I suggest everyone go and see it.
Yeah, is it subtitled?
Yes, it is.
Hard pass.
Fine. And it's also, it's an old movie about samurai, so you're
done, buddy.
Okay, fine. Well,
just watch The Magnificent Seven, and enjoy that.
The new one or the old? Yeah, well, yeah, you could watch. They got so many of those different ones too.
Yeah. See, Steve, you're all set your whole afternoon.
Well, it's got me thinking now, like, though, what are those things that you can only like one of? Because when I was growing up, you could either like Kiss or Led Zeppelin. You couldn't of course you could like both. There's exceptions to it, but that was the debate. You were either a Kiss fan or you're a Led Zeppelin fan. It seems like boy band world, it was NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
In the nerd world, it was Pokemon or Magic the Gathering.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. If you liked Pokemon, all the Magic nerds hated you.
Weird.
Yeah. There's a big divide with that.
Yeah. So, BJ, for you, what would it be? Would it be Star Trek versus Star Wars?
Oh, well, even older than this, Marvel over DC.
Oh gosh,
and that's still going strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Star Trek. I like both. I wasn't as big of an us versus them when it came to Star Trek and Star Wars, but Marvel versus DC, I still find it really hard for me to watch anything that's DC. I will do it and be better, but I think that's why I hated Wonder Woman 1984 as much as I did, because it's DC.
Yeah, which is so funny
hating it.
When we all start thinking about it, because you're basically choosing to like only one thing of a genre that you should be a fan of all. Or at least, I see it in wrestling. I was obviously back in the WWF days, was WWF WWE versus WCW.
Totally.
Right now it's WWE and AEW. You get if you go on the internet, it's like you can't like both, but it's like why can't we like both? It's kind of funny.
You got to go with the history. I can only tell you in my history that, as a Marvel fan, and you probably can't imagine this nowadays with the MCU and all the Marvel movies. There was a time where Marvel comics were not recognized by anybody. Every song, every superhero relate was always about Superman or Batman. They never mentioned any Marvel characters. So I grew up with people going, oh, yeah, you read the comic books, so you like Superman. It's like they never even knew about Spider-Man. They never knew about Iron Man or Thor or the Hulk. it was all DC. So it was more like we were like, the kid with the chip on our shoulder liking Marvel. We were the rebels until everybody became the rebels.
How about this one? I didn't even think about this, but I love it. Hot Wheels versus Matchbox, the little mini cars.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Even one
Yeah.
text said Matchbox by far way better than Hot Wheels. I agree. I
Really?
love the packaging for Matchbox cars was great because they were in a Matchbox.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I never wasted the time with the packaging when I was younger with those things. I'd just break them out and just.
But
play with them.
Hot Wheels was sexy with all the tracks.
And Hot Wheels definitely stood the test of time. I feel like they outlasted. I'm sure Matchbox still makes them, but like they're not on the same level.
Yeah. But they're cool. I mean, I always wanted someday, that was one of my dreams, is to have a whole wall of just every different kind of Matchbox car there was, which of course would be the whole house.
How about PlayStation versus Xbox?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got
Or
that
even
divide.
just like PC versus console.
We just like to have things be compete against each other. It's like,
What is it? iPhone versus Android. Everyone loses their crap over this argument.
especially Android people, which we call losers.
Kidding.
Well, it is, it's somebody versus somebody because it's usually people of a different generation. I've noticed with a lot of this stuff, it's a generational thing. Even with Star Trek versus Star Wars, I mean, Star Wars was a completely different feel of Star Trek, but you had older people. It was like young kids like Rev's age and your age, Steve, who really loved Star Wars, whereas Star Trek was 10 to 15 years before. So all of us Star Trek fans were crazy about Star Trek before Star Wars even happened. So you have a generational thing. It's with Marvel and DC and with iPhone over Android and like PC versus console, like Rev said. You were a PC gamer and you laughed at the console gamers. You thought you're not really a gamer because PC games are much more difficult and intricate, of course, until console really upped the game.
Music-wise, another good one, Metallica versus Megadeth. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I picked Anthrax. I was that guy that always,
Good
like,
job.
even in
Oh,
sports,
yeah.
it was like, growing up in New York, it was Rangers or Islanders, so I picked the Devils. Like, I was just like, I don't even want to deal with the argument. I'm just going to pick the one that no one talks about.
Okay.
BMX bike,
Yeah.
someone said Mongoose versus Diamondback. I picked Haro.
I always did the Diamondback.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
This is so funny.
Well,
Like,
and-
waffles versus pancakes.
Always waffles.
Always waffles. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
What about 69 versus 96, Steve?
Nice.
UW versus Wazoo. Sports is obvious. I like the non-sports ones because there's really no competition.
GoBots
Yeah.
versus the Transformers.
I picked the wrong
Yeah.
team. I was GoBots all
Dude,
the way.
GoBots were the dollar store version of Transformers.
Which is why I could afford them.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you joked about the emo fight earlier. It wasn't Simple Plan versus Good Charlotte for my crew. It was always either the band Brand New versus Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And there was actually a feud between those two bands. So that point, like, yeah,
I
it
picked
was
Thursday of those.
There you go.
Well, way old school was Beatles versus Beach Boys.
Yes.
Way old school back in the day. You couldn't be in both camps.
Also, I mean, someone said the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. You could also throw the Who into the mix as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny enough, in Mexico, I was watching a news report in Mexico years ago, and they had a full-on, like, gang war, but it was punks versus emos. Like, not kidding. It was like a full mad rush of them just fighting for it. You would have thought they were a gang, but there's just a lot of black eyeliner going on.
And a lot of crying.
And a lot of tears.
And I don't know what they were fighting about. They just wanted to be on two ends, I guess. I don't know.
They want to know who can claim Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance.
And that is me. I'm claiming him.
Yeah. How about Mad versus Crack, BJ? You remember those?
Oh, yeah, and Cracked never
dude.
was. But Cracked ended up being a great online thing. Like, they had, they're becoming a great online humor site, which Mad never really did so well. And Mad now, I think they stopped publishing the magazine, or it's online, or it's very limited.
They tried to come back, and then I think last year they ended up going away for good.
Mad did?
Yeah.
Boy, that's sad, because that was so part of my childhood. That's so sad.
I like this one, Tupac versus Biggie.
Biggie, yeah.
That was definitely one that was going on. David Lee Roth versus Sammy Hagar for Van Halen.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, I got one. Right Twix versus Left Twix.
Left Twix all the way. It tastes better.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, there's been a lot of blood spilled over that, yeah.
I still don't talk to my aunt about that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't blame you, dude. I mean, she's clearly in the wrong, and, she's going to the bad place for this.
How about Digimon versus Pokemon?
I like both.
Okay, I don't know.
Digimon came out after Pokemon. It was kind of the same concept, except they could morph back into previous evolutions, and there was more. It was in a different world.
Oh, I like this one. Playboy versus Hustler. I always picked Penthouse.
Dirty.
I agree.
So
Actually,
dirty.
Yeah.
Penthouse.
Well, yeah,
was great.
I always
until they
thought
had
it was-
that weird R. Kelly phase that they were in.
I always thought it was Playboy versus Penthouse because they were the first two, and then Hustler came in after. I didn't realize Playboy and Hustler were going at it too.
Yeah, I feel like Hustler was in its own little world. Like they were
Yeah.
like, "Yo, you guys try and act like you're being like, classy. We don't give an F."
That's so true. You are absolutely right. They were like Larry Flint was like, "Here's what we're about. You're going to see it all, baby."
You don't want articles. We know you don't want articles. You want raunch.
And I think Penthouse also showed you everything too. Now that I think about it, but it was more classy.
Not to get nerdy about that, but yeah, they had it for a while. They weren't, and then they went to a phase where they decided, you know what, all bets are off.
Yeah.
And then they went to another phase where they were focusing on that. That they were becoming a very golden anniversary.
Oh yeah, they had. You're absolutely right.
That's
Yeah.
kind of when I tapped out on
yeah.
Penthouse because you make agent through. You're like, oh, I wasn't really wanting to see that.
Whoops.
Each their own, but I didn't want to see that.
They didn't know. They definitely were. They were like, we know R. Kelly is going to be a big thing, and if we can just sell to him, that's all we care about.
Right, at least put like a little page right before going, warning, what you're about to see is maybe something you don't want to see.
Oh man. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls, we got your texts. We'll do that at 9:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. This is your opportunity to steer this bus wherever you want it to. But do remember, Steve has a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. That's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Oh, here's a fun one. Someone want to know, what is something stupid that you guys see that annoys you, even though you realize it's really not that big of a deal? For instance, I get really mad when I see people wearing pajamas at stores.
Oh, yeah, that does bother me, too.
Well, especially when you could get creative with your pajamas if you're going to leave the house. You could get ones that just look like joggers or look like sweatpants. But when you have ones that have like, I don't know, like
Snoopy.
Snoopy, yeah. Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Vicky.
I need some Lilo and Stitch pajamas.
I got one. And it's, again, I agree. It's stupid. It's not a big deal. If you have it, whatever. I don't really care. But for some reason, it bothers me when I see a car that has those giant fake lashes on it. On the lights.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like
it's been a while since I've seen one of those.
I just saw one over the weekend. I'm like, what the? And my wife's laughing. She's like, yeah, it is kind of, for some reason, it's okay on the Beatles.
Yes.
But even then, it kind of bothers me because I'm like, why are we trying to humanize our cars and put eyelashes on them?
And it like the old school Beatles, I give it a pass. The new Beatles, I'm like, that looks weird. And any other car, it's unacceptable.
On that same note, truck nuts really actually bother me.
They do?
Truck nuts, everybody.
They
Truck nuts
actually
have been called.
make me mad when I see those.
That's awesome. What about, does it have any specific color, or you just don't like any of them?
I don't like any of them, but the ones that really grind my gears, I've seen gold ones, and
Those are the best.
I've seen blue ones. They make me laugh, but those are so ugly and tacky that it's just like whatever. I just immediately consider you an idiot if you've got them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's the same for me.
think they're cool.
Driving around and seeing them and just like, that's
I feel like
yeah,
a high-end-
exactly. It's like,
Have you ever seen like the Corvette that has the gold truck nuts?
no.
Oh, I think there's pictures online. I'm pretty sure I saw it in person, or maybe I'm getting my mind confused with a picture I saw on the internet. But it's so over the top dumb. And I love it because it's like you had the money to buy a Corvette and you decided to put gold truck nuts on them. It's super fun. Maybe I found on the internet, then I saw it in person.
Then you have to, it doesn't come
there
up.
it is. I think it's got a Washington plate too. Yeah, I've seen that. Wow.
oh my gosh.
That guy's the best.
He just doesn't
Not the
care.
best.
And they're like
Yeah.
flesh colored.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought they were gold. Might have been the way the
Well,
light hit him.
gold flesh.
Or maybe he's eventually he got up to the gold status of truck nuts. You know what I saw? And it didn't bother me. I just thought it was really unique. And I don't know if I would ever be a fan of a single person so much so that I would do something like this. I was driving on Puyallup, and there was a Cooper, one of the Mini Coupes, in front of me, the Cooper cars. And it says Cooper on, it has like the thing. And they had something put on it, they custom made it, and it said Bradley over it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of random. It says Bradley Cooper on their Cooper. And then I continue to look, and I didn't get a good picture, so you can't tell, but like, every sticker and everything on the back of the car was a tribute to Bradley Cooper, the actor.
Oh, come on. That's a little much.
Including the license plate. Everything was about Bradley Cooper.
That's weird.
And I was like, I don't know if there's a single celebrity that I'm that big of a fan of. I didn't, again, like, I don't care. Like, if that's your thing. If Bradley Cooper is your dude, do whatever you want. That's your money. That's your car. But I don't know if there's a single celebrity where I'd be like, I need to put this all over my car.
Watch, it was actually Bradley Cooper inside that
Bradley
car.
Cooper. That's the funniest thing ever.
Bradley's Cooper.
Right. If I am Bradley Cooper, I might have to get a Mini Coupe. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that brings me to my annoyance that it really shouldn't bother me, but it does. And every time, I go through and get friend requests on Facebook, and when somebody uses a celebrity as their profile picture. And then, and it just so happened I was like, okay, when I get friend requests, now I click on a profile to see if they're in the business. How do I know these people? Is it a bot? And this one last person, oh my God, it was unbelievable how much they love this particular actor. And I'm not going to say the actor's name because I'm afraid they listen and I don't want them to be pissed. But every picture they had no pictures of themselves. They had a whole, I was like, I wonder what the photo album was like, because all I could see was the first 3 pictures, and it was just the actor. And I'm like, okay, every picture, there was like 100 pictures of the actor, and all of everything was the actor, but it was like, hi, my name is Freddie Johnson, please be your friend. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but what the hell is this? That is so weird. Like, everything is the actor. Everything that the actor's ever done.
Yeah, unless it's like a funny thing, like there's like a joke behind it. It does seem kind of odd that you're using like a different person's picture as like your profile picture.
And it's in action. Like, it's like from every one of their movies. It's like, and then just a comment like hearts. Like, like the comment they put on there, like, or the whatever they write on there to accompany the pictures. Heart, love this person. And I'm just like, that's a massive obsession, and that irritates the hell out of me.
One also is when on social media, when someone wants to comment on your looks, whether mine or anybody's, like if I see them commenting on somebody else's looks, my first instinct is, all right, let's see what you're working with. And you click on their page or their profile, and there's 0 pictures of them on there. I'm like,
yep.
If you're gonna insult somebody, and you don't have any, to me, it just seems so odd that like you don't have any pictures of yourself, so you're that insecure with your own looks that you don't have any pictures, but you want to make fun of someone else's looks. It just seems very
projection.
Stupid. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Misery. People who are miserable to other people are really miserable to themselves.
Right. It's like, you're ugly. Well, I'm like, you're not that little astronaut thing that you have on your picture. So like, I don't even know how to respond to you.
I'm a sexy astronaut. What are you talking about?
You're an ugly space shuttle. Suck it.
Those are the same people that complain about the athletic abilities of certain like sports people and are not in any physical shape at all.
Oh, I had a field day when Jamal Adams posted that one picture where it turned out there was a joint on the table and they had to quickly change it. Or what looked like a joint, and people were like, man, it looks like you skipped leg day. And I'm like, you're telling a guy who's considered one of the best at his position in the National Football League that he's not getting enough workout on his legs.
Yeah.
And then you click on their pictures, and it's like typically someone that's not in the best shape.
Yeah, they skipped all day.
Right, they skipped gym.
Yeah.
Gym forever.
They skipped moving. Oh, yeah, and then of course, man, there's so many of those annoyances, but then there are just annoyances, I suppose, where I think they should bother me. But yeah, the whole idea of an avatar or a profile pic, and then when you're watching on your phone, people get mad when you don't know who they are. Don't you recognize me from my profile pic? It's like, well, no, it's like this little image that you have, and so I can't tell who you are when I meet you. That's who you are on Twitter.
When you're talking about the profile pic, the one that always gets me is like when they have their kids, because I'm just like, shut up, baby, you don't know what you're talking about.
When they use their kid as a profile
trolling
pic
with their kids,
So Rev decides to yell at the baby.
See, I hate the couple posts. Like when it's every now and then, like you want to show appreciation, cool, that's fine. But the people that are like,
the outpouring love for their significant other on social media,
because there's something wrong there. Yeah. Especially when they're like, it's you and me against the world, baby. It's like, who are you fighting against? Nobody, what?
The Avengers. Yeah. They're fighting against the Avengers. Did you not know that?
Oh man, I should have.
I'm with you, Vicky. I don't need those posts. I don't care about your love life. I'm glad you guys are happy. Just shut up.
I mean, I'll give it a pass if it's a birthday or an anniversary, but when it feels like it's once every week or so, it's like, okay, who cheated? Seriously.
The anniversary one bothers me. It's like the anniversary, if somebody wants to wish me a happy anniversary and they know it is, okay, but when you post your own anniversary, like, to the most wonderful personal partner, everybody get like, well, can't you just call them and tell them that, or go in the kitchen and tell them that? I mean, why do you got to put it on Facebook?
Because that's the world we're in now, and we're in a social media world. I don't really have a problem with people showing love for each other on social media. The one that does, though, kind of like, I think it's great. Like, share all the love. But it always seems like someone will share, like, happy anniversary, baby, I love you so much, blah, blah, blah. I know sometimes it's not all that great, and then they start getting, like, really negative in it. And I'm like, why are we talking about, like, let's just keep it happy. Like, why do you have to talk about, I know there was that one time where, like, you kicked me in the groin and I cheated on you, but, like, happy anniversary, I love you. And it's like, wow, that really got dark.
I just don't need to know that. Thank you.
Oh, Rad, big news. Did you know that they make truck nuts for Crocs? They're called Croc Nuts.
Yeah, I've seen those, and I've also seen the Spurs. I'd rather get a Spur than a truck nut for my Crocs.
All right, we're getting Rev truck nuts for his Crocs. I think I heard him correctly. I mean, happy anniversary, Rev. Here's your truck nuts.
They also make tails for your Crocs, so it looks like a crocodile tail.
Oh, that's adorable.
Okay, no, thank you.
Those are really cool.
Dude, I'm glad you like that. I'm going to get you those truck nuts you want.
Don't want the truck nuts.
I feel like you do.
In our last break, we were talking about, like, different things that people pit against each other, like just random things. Something that was brought up, ketchup versus mustard.
Okay.
Why does it have to be a fight?
I'm okay with ketchup and mustard on my hot dogs. Say what you want about me. Talk behind my back all you want.
I won't talk behind your back. I'll just say that you're just inferior.
To what? The people who don't get to enjoy ketchup on their hot dog?
You don't need ketchup on your hot dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Get yourself some mustard and you're perfect.
And some onions.
I had some waffle cut fries yesterday. I got some ketchup on my finger and it was delicious. Like, I love ketchup.
It's a universally known rule. You need ketchup on your hot dog and nuts on your Crocs. You need truck nuts on your Crocs.
You are the worst.
How about this one?
Yeah.
Smurfs versus Snorks. I forgot about the Snorks.
Oh, Snorks were so dumb.
They were underwater Smurfs? If I remember correctly?
Basically.
They're snorkels. Yeah.
Come along with the Snorks.
Jeez, and you know the song.
For some reason, I was talking about it this weekend, and I was actually ranting about how they are basically low-budget Smurfs.
Well, you know what it is now, though? The Trolls, I've realized, because Tatum loves the Trolls World Tour show. The Trolls is basically like, so the Smurfs were like, they were high on mushrooms, right? They lived in mushrooms. They seem very psychedelic. The Trolls seem like they're high on Molly. Like, they're Smurfs on Molly. All they want to do is listen to EDM and hug each other and tell each other how awesome they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that sums up my 20s.
That's why you like them, too.
It does. It triggers some happy memories that I'm never going to share with my daughter.
No.
It is listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got more of your calls and more of your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Have we figured out how to explain deja vu? How do chameleons do that thing they do? Do you really need to wash your blue jeans? Yeah, you do, but how often? Hey, my name's Mike Simpson. I've got a podcast about curiosities. It's called I've Got Questions. We go through my list of random stuff and yours. Please participate. Send me your questions. I'll find someone to answer them. We've talked about our true crime obsession, how grocery stores are tricking us, super secret flight attendant stuff. I've Got Questions. New episodes Thursdays on Odyssey or wherever you get your podcasts.
We all remember that one professor, the one everyone on campus had to take no matter what subject they taught because how much fun their class was. What if we told you there was a streaming service that had all those professors? One Day University has every must-have professor from the best colleges all across the country. One Day University, the most fun talks from the most fun professors. Available live and on demand. No homework, just the most fun you'll have while learning. Get a special offer at onedayu.com/Odyssey.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone has a question. What's worse? The guy that got that tattoo of the radio station logo on him and then gets fired, or a person that gets a significant other's name on them and then gets dumped?
Ooh.
I think that the significant other might be worse.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that one, the radio station one's a forever stupid, funny story.
Well, and at that point, if that was like the pinnacle of his career, it's like I've considered getting like a KISW tattoo because it's been part of my life for a good 5 years. Like even if I would get fired, it's like you can look back on it and be like, I worked there for 5 years.
Right.
So I mean, at that point, whereas like an ex,
well, you worked her for 5 years. No, not the same.
I look at it differently because I think of love is a reason to, or, basically adorn your body with something. I mean, that's something that's deep. Getting a tattoo is more about loyalty for a company. See, loyalty and love are different to me, and I think I'd be more pissed about the fact that the company betrayed me. Whereas love, it's very complicated, and I can forgive, love breaking down. But loyalty and a company, and they'd let me get that, I think I just take I think be more pissed about the company.
Yeah, but try telling that to your new girlfriend that you're dating of like, why do you have the tattoo of your old girlfriend's name?
Right. She has no problem getting naked with you if you have WIL on your shoulder as opposed to Sally on your pelvis.
So I'm just going to take the whole thing lasered off is what you're saying, no matter what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think about I knew someone he joined a band and he was so I'm in this band now. And he got their logo tattooed on his freaking neck.
No.
Yeah.
And it was it wasn't like a little tiny piece. It was big, and it was and they didn't keep him in the band for very long. He got I think that was a warning sign. Oh boy, because it literally was in the band for maybe a couple of practices in one show. Yeah. And they were just we don't know what to do, and so they kicked him out of the band.
And he's got this giant tattoo.
Granted, he was tatted everywhere. So I mean, I feel if you don't know, you just see a guy with a bunch of tattoos. It's not it's not the end of the world, but it's still, because you think about, what was it, Dave Abruzzese from Pearl Jam. He was the second or third drummer, technically, depending on how you look at one of the guys. But he joined the band, and to show he was really all about being in the band, he got the Stickman Pearl Jam logo tattooed on his arm. And granted, he was in the band for several years before things kind of fell apart. But that was kind of I think that was his way of proving I'm loyal to you guys. I'm getting the tattoo.
See, I wonder also, is it a passive aggressive now you can't get rid of me move as well when it comes to a band or a company, or maybe even if you get your boyfriend girlfriend's name tattooed on you? I wonder.
Well, I heard the rumor was the Pearl Jam one, and I could be wrong, but if I remember reading correctly, he originally did not. He wasn't a fan of the music, and then all of a sudden then joined the band because they were he was recommended, and I think it was his way of being oh no, I'm cool with you guys. Here's my tattoo. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily true, or if it's just part of the folklore of Pearl Jam and their many drummers.
Yeah. Oh man, I as much as I love anybody or anything, I'm not getting a tattoo of it.
Not a single thing.
Not doing it. I'm just, it's I'll honor you in some other way.
Well, Danny and I are being day one Kraken fans, so we're going to be getting our Kraken tattoos soon.
So excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, you guys, I'm very happy about the Kraken, but yeah, I'm not cracking that. Sorry, boys.
Fair.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Although that would have been awesome. Because my wife misheard me when I said that. I was telling her that, Danny and I are going to go get Kraken tattoos. She thought I said BJ. She's like, what? Really? I'm like, you got a problem with it? She's like, no. That's totally fine. Do whatever you want. That'll be cool. She's like, but I'm just shocked that BJ's getting the tattoo. I'm like, no, not BJ, Danny.
Yeah.
She's like, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's, that way. Do you know how much of a beating I would get from my wife if that was my first tattoo? Because she's been sort of hey, we should get matching tattoos, or you should get a tattoo of this. And if I turned around and got a Kraken tattoo, I think she'd be like, really?
Has she hinted at what kind of tattoo she'd want to get? Or want you to get?
It would be something spiritual, maybe the Om symbol is what I think has been floated by. And yeah, I was like, no.
So truck nuts, not the
And she doesn't, that was number 2 choice, actually.
In the armpit.
She doesn't have one either, so she thought it would be. My wife is like, wouldn't it be great if we did this together? She's like, let's do this together kind of thing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't got to do all the stuff with you, okay? We're married. Do what you do, and I do what I do, and then we'll do some things together, like maybe go to the same restaurant. Leave me alone.
It'd be so romantic, BJ.
Matching tattoos.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's good that you and Steve are doing it. I feel like the romance is budding with the Kraken. Yeah.
Well, it's slightly matching, but not really, though. So I'm going with the S logo, and Danny's going with the Anchor Needle logo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently you guys just don't care that much about each other. You care about the Kraken, but you don't care about each other.
Yang.
Yeah, that way together we
nice.
make a jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So, Vicky, you should get the Dick's logo because Dick's is putting out a Kraken-inspired hockey jersey. I don't know if you've seen that on Dick's website.
I did see that, and I wasn't sure if it was sanctioned. It's sanctioned? Like they legally can do this? Or are they just doing it on their own with the colors?
Dick's
do we know?
does what they want. They don't care about jerseys.
All right. That's what. All right. So this is just Dick saying.
I don't think they've got any of the Kraken logos on there.
Oh, okay. So this is
that.
All right. So then they're just putting out hey, here's a color, a similar color scheme, and I have it. So what? Let me see because I've seen.
It's
awesome.
That's
sweet.
Looking. I know.
Whoa, that's a great jersey.
It's like the Dick's sign is going into the water, being covered with like tentacles. And then it has Dick's on the chest as well, which is so cool.
And it's 54. Is that how many? Is that when they started in 1954?
That's how many burgers I ate this year from Dick's.
Oh, that's
already? Wow! Yeah. Congratulations!
Yeah, I'm going hard.
Dude, that is a sweet jersey, man.
I kind of wish I don't know anyone at Dick's that's making these jerseys, but I wish they would make a goalie version of it because they go up to like triple XL, but for all my goalie gear, I need bigger, and I would rock that jersey on the ice all the time.
I wish they would make a T-shirt of that. Like a hockey jersey's a bit much for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not I've tried them over the years and I just don't like them. I mean, Kevin Smith. I was going through my Kevin Smith phase. Oh, maybe I'll wear a hockey jersey all the time, and it just doesn't work for me.
I wear hockey jerseys more at the hockey games. I don't typically same with my football jerseys. I'm usually only wearing them if I'm going to the game.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I can see that. So I see they have a mask, but I really want a T-shirt.
Well, that's as close as you're going to get.
We'll make some phone calls. Maybe you never know.
Right.
They might be able to do that for you.
I mean, come on, make a T-shirt, Dix. I'll buy that. I mean, I got another Dick shirt, the one that looks like a Star Wars sort of crawl. I got that one.
And they're doing, they have both the white jersey and the blue jersey, so you have your choice.
Oh, nice.
Pre-sale, they're doing it right now. I think they're only going to make these if they sell 100, which I got to imagine they're going to do.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. It's sort of like a semi-Kickstarter version, way people do things. Hey, if we get enough orders, we'll do this.
They look awesome, though. Like I said, if they made one that fit a goalie one, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Because it's pretty freaking cool.
All right, Dix, you know what you got to do.
Make a goalie one.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, I'll support you by eating your tasty burgers.
Somebody want to know, you guys are just talking about tattoos. Do any of you have a matching tattoo with somebody? And if so, what is it?
Oh, that's a good question.
I do.
Do you really?
I just remembered that. Yeah, absolutely. When Lucy passed away, both my wife and I got matching. We got her the little charm on her dog collar. So it's where is it?
Oh wow,
right there. Yeah. So it's just her little. It's like a little paw print, it's almost like a.
Oh yeah.
So I've got it on my shoulder, and Sid's got it on her wrist.
How long? I know it's, and I don't know the timeline, Steve, because it's been so long since Lucy's been with us. How long did your wife get to spend with Lucy?
About 4 years, I think.
That's a lot longer than I thought. Oh, well, then I can completely understand. I was going to say she's the best girlfriend/wife ever if she really didn't know the dog very well. But 4 years is a long enough time.
Oh, yeah. They were very, very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like our way of just paying tribute to Lucy. So that's the only one I have that's matching.
That
intentionally matching, because I have some tattoos that probably other people have.
Sure. Do you think you will do a similar thing? I mean, when the day comes in the Rainbow Bridge for Lulu, do you guys did you have a talk about that already?
Way to make me sad, BJ. No,
well, yes, I mean,
yes, 100%. I would imagine so.
Yeah, because it's a nice way to. Even my wife and I was like, I really, as heartless as I am, I did like the way we tried to remember Angel and the way we basically sent her on to the next journey. I thought that was, because I think, look, people grieve. Whether or not I like a certain thing doesn't mean that I can't have empathy for people that grieve and find a way to get over that.
Well, I'd probably do something like that, if anything, like either that or maybe I'll just take a picture of Lulu and just get a giant piece on my back of her, doing one of her growly looking faces.
No, you're not going to do that.
Why not?
I'm forbidding that.
Okay, you're probably right.
I'm not going to go swimming with you and have you turn around and see that friggin' dog that, she was always pleasant to be around.
And she's still with us.
Yeah, she surely is. I saw the video the other day, and I was like...
Her playing with Tatum?
Oh, the tug of war.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, man. I just, because a dog the dog really tries to rip that toy. And if you haven't seen it, Tatum is basically keeping the toy away from the dog, and the dog is trying to get the toy, which is, I did that plenty of times even with my dog. It's a fun thing. But I thought, Tatum is just really learning this walking thing. And I thought this could be a pinball bounce wall bounce.
No,
but she did well for herself.
And Lulu, surprisingly, it's like for a little dog typically that don't get along with children, like she's getting along great with her. Like every day it's like she gets more cool with Tatum being in her face all the time, because Tatum's in her face all the time.
I have to say you're right, Steve, because those dogs bark at everybody that's not the people they dig, which is a very small group with those dogs.
It's probably all the weed that Luna's been doing. She's hooked on the pot now.
Oh, really?
Listen, dude, you got to calm her down. I suggested that. Good. I'm glad you went to Uncle Bud's and figured that out.
Yeah, she's doing knife hits now. It's crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, escalated, man.
So Danny, Ricky, do you have matching tattoos with anyone?
Not matching, but I got a tattoo at the same time as Danny did, like kind of as a show thing. But I want to get a matching tattoo with somebody, but anytime anyone brings it up, we can never agree on what we want. Like my cousin wanted to get some on our kneecaps. I told him no.
Kneecaps?
Exactly. He's an idiot.
Yeah, I have the star behind my ear is me and my girlfriend have the same star, just different colors. She has the orange one for me because orange, and I have the yellow one because that's her favorite color.
See, that's a smart thing, Danny, because nobody will really know what that is. If in case if for both of you, if it doesn't work out, the star is not something you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I said, what if Dick's is going to partner up with the Kraken and we're going to have burgers and fries during their hockey games?
Please?
Yeah. Oh, if that happens, we should get Dick's Burgers tattooed on us, too.
That's true, yeah.
That'd be
That's a fantastic idea, because I forget who has the Kid Valley. Maybe it used
Mariners.
to be T-Mobile Park. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they still do. Yeah, and I love that, because it's like, man, I love Kid Valley, and that's one of my favorite parts of going to the ballpark.
And little Woodies. They have little Woodies there.
They do.
That's why it's really tough for me, because I said, no, you got two places. What am I going to do?
Eat them both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there is 100. There's 80 games I can go to. That's that's nice.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a big question that has to be answered right now. What do Ryan Castle and a retirement home have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a retirement home have in common?
There's a surprising amount of sex going on.
Oh, you're right. That's a good point. I am always surprised at the fact that Ryan Castle's,
This is the first time I've ever seen Vicky look disgusted.
Yeah, she lost her breakfast.
Right. Yeah. So now we know where the line is, at least.
Apparently there's a line.
One texter says, Steve has a funny smell after coming home from both.
That's true.
What do they have in common? Depends.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Classic.
And they're both full of good drugs and smell like mothballs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minty and drugs.
You got them Werthers?
Yeah. Not the hard ones, though. I can't chew them.
No.
Okay, what are we talking about? Raising. There's a 19-year-old woman from, her name is Madison. She recently moved from Oklahoma to Arkansas after she found a place online that was just $350 a month for a 2-bedroom.
Oh, it must be real nice.
She's like, this is great. I'm going to rent this sight unseen. And that's what she did, not realizing that she had rented a room in a retirement home at 19 years old.
Lou Piniella was there, and he was like, welcome to Shag.
Oh,
your dreams come true.
Oh, yeah. She says it's actually going well. She's got friends with all the neighbors, and they love her, actually, so she's staying.
Oh, good for her.
Ryan Castle, you know what? He may have a 12-pack for you. I mean, it depends.
Hey.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
How about she was only 27 weeks pregnant, so this baby was really early.
Damn.
Yeah, so this is good that she had all those medical folk on the plane, because I don't know what would have happened.
They don't have a name yet, but the nurses and doctors have nicknamed him Jet at the hospital.
You got to name him Jet.
I think that's a great name.
Better than aeroplane.
Better than emergency exit.
Hey, EE, what's up?
Better than bag of nuts.
Bag of nuts.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. there's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.